Warning, the following broadcast contains strong opinions, playful antics, and controversial topics causing off-the-rails fun. Chances for being offended are higher than average for sensitive people. Viewer discretion is not advised. Live a little and have some fun.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Coach's Box. I am Zach McVey, and with me this evening, at least right now, we've got Chris Miller over here, and we've got Kevin Halley, and we've got Jason. No, Jason's not here. We've got Riley. No, Riley's not here. We've got Jim. No, Jim's not here. So this really is the St. Pius
Part two.
This is the St. Pius the X show. Fellas, how we doing this evening?
I'm doing good.
I'm just great.
You're here?
Yeah. I mean, I have a multi-view up here for four of us, but there's not four of us here, so now I got to set all that.
Well,
thanks a lot.
3 out of 4.
Jarvis.
3 out of 4 ain't bad, I guess.
Meatloaf said that 2 out of 3 wasn't bad. I like his numbers better than 3 out of 4.
1 out of
or
3
2
gets
out
you
of
in the Hall
4.
of Fame.
Three out of 5, really.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If you can count.
I don't count very well.
3 out of 6. Hey, even 3 out of 6, that's still 500 batting average.
Hey,
Something like that.
The issue is that, you know, Jim, he was all about he's going to be here, and he bet Jarvis some money. Well, Jarvis can't even collect because Jarvis ain't here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what's he doing?
Jarvis can collect half.
Right.
If he gets here later.
Maybe.
Maybe. So we were going to ask his opinion, but I guess his opinions don't matter tonight.
His opinion does not matter.
Yeah.
If you're not here, your opinion doesn't matter.
Nope.
Even if you message on the show and you're not here, okay. If you're a normal person who might be on the show, then your opinion doesn't matter when you're not here. But for all of our viewers, your opinion matters.
Exactly.
Go ahead and comment, like it. Go to YouTube. Just run that thing for a while. Just run, go on our playlist and just,
There's 151 options for you, and then some.
And then some. You can watch all kinds of great free content. You can go back and listen to me and Zach call a volleyball game. Who wouldn't want to do that?
There were some good football games in there, too.
Passes galore.
Listen,
Assists.
Passes and infractions.
I can't believe you have this on this TV
Violations.
and by me either, by the way.
Yeah.
What?
Soccer.
Hey, they've got grass and everything.
It's got uniforms. It's great. It's real good.
Yeah.
Well, you've got what? St. Louis is playing right now?
Yeah. St. Louis City, first in the Western Division.
Why do they always put the city and all that stuff? Why can't they just say you're the St. Louis whatever mascot?
Why? Because we're better than that. It's for the whole city. It's not just
As opposed to just St. Louis?
What is their mascot? What is the mascot for the St. Louis soccer team?
It's the toasted ravioli.
I thought it was the gooey butter cakes.
Some people are the Tigers. Some people are the Bulldogs. You're the toasted ravioli.
I don't. They really haven't. Their first year.
That makes no
Pork
sense.
steaks?
They're still developing this.
Gooey butter cake?
The pork steaks.
I
Yes.
love the gooey butter
Yeah.
cakes.
This is great.
Provolones?
Makes no sense, but whatever. Hey,
They're
cool.
the square beyond compare.
Oh, Lord.
Oh.
Zach,
Sponsored by-
hey, back to what counts in life. What's our show topics? We did have 3 really good ones lined up.
Well, I mean, we've got.
Yeah.
We said now. I did say. We'll
Who's
say
a we?
me.
Oh, yeah.
I said just because we don't want the show to get stale, no Cardinals talk. We have griped
Yeah.
and moaned and groaned enough these last 2-3 weeks with Cardinal talk that
2-3 months.
What's the update on the Cardinals? They still suck. All right, moving on.
moving on to Cincinnati,
Moving on.
who's first place in the division. No, so there's some interesting topics in the news that I figured we could talk and maybe get everybody's opinions on. And the first one that kind of comes to mind, and we can maybe, I don't know, tie it together. You've got the Morant suspension that came out after the NBA Finals. Commissioner of the NBA said, we're going to hold on and wait, and we're going to wait till after the Finals, and then we'll talk about making the decision there. So we'll talk about him, and then old Bobby Huggins, he's got some issues that kind of came to light.
Let's go with some good before we go to the bad and the Bob.
All right. Well, first one then is the Draymond. And I'm curious. I was really hoping Jarvis was going to be here to debate this because I have a feeling that we probably differ.
No
but
way.
Draymond decided to decline his player option. I'll give you the math: $27.5 million. So instead of taking the player option, he is going to now be an unrestricted free agent. So when I saw this, my immediate question to you guys for debate is this going to be a good move on his part or not? So open it up. Kevin, I mean, if you're Draymond or if you're a team that has money, are you going to pick up Draymond as an unrestricted free agent? Good idea, bad idea?
Go ahead, Kevin.
How old is he now?
70.
I was going to say he's up there.
Is he
30 some odd.
When you say up there, be careful how you say that.
Well, I'm over the hill too.
And
so.
I'm older than the both of you, so just
well,
be careful how you say it,
golly.
you whippersnappers.
Yeah.
Can you number one, Riley, can you talk into the mic?
I thought I was.
Gosh.
Maybe if you.
No.
He's got to be
no.
here. He's got to be here to understand how to talk in the mic.
Go ahead, Kevin.
He's
Well,
33.
33.
He's 33.
I thought that would have been his shot at $20+ million a year. I don't think he's going to get it now. So.
You don't think anybody's going to pay him a max contract kind of deal?
Why?
I don't see why.
What does he offer for a max deal?
A lot of technicals.
Other than that.
Pays money to charity.
He does that. He has championship
Punching teammates?
Yeah, that too.
championship experience, but outside of that, production-wise, he doesn't bring you enough for the max contract setup. He's not a lead guy. He is a 3. He's like a number 3 in the trio.
I'm going to have to look up his points per game and all of that because I don't.
He can't carry a team, so I don't know that he's going to. He would get. I get it. He's betting on himself, but he's not going to get $27 million somewhere else.
33-year-old guy with anger management issues that's punching teammates and getting texts and getting ejected, and you want that on your team?
You pretty much just get a call from HR at that point.
Well, I mean, you don't want a guy who's going to punch his own teammates. That doesn't sit very well with a lot of people. I think if you take that incident away, where he was just the way he is, the way he plays, he goes all out. He wants to win. He's a guy who values winning above pretty much anything else. Personal stats, things like that. I mean, you want that kind of guy on your team. You definitely don't want a guy who sucker punched his own teammate in a summer league game.
He was the 5th option. He was 9.
Yeah.
He was not under 9.5 points per game.
I mean, this guy's an all-star. He's won before, and
I would say
he's part of it.
It's not necessarily about scoring for him.
No. I mean, he did.
Okay, well then, what do you want him to do?
If you use minutes per game, what is?
I want him to rebound. I want him to defend.
Under 7 rebounds.
Yeah, I want him to rebound and defend.
At 30 minutes?
Well,
not
okay.
for $27.5
Zach,
million
you know this as well as I do. When you're shooting a lot of three-pointers, those rebounds don't fall in the hands of the post players. The guards have to be able to rebound. And he was kind of the stretch 4, sometimes 5 on the court, so he's not just going to, Jedi power, the rebound. He's got to go run out there 20 feet and go get it. He does a lot of stuff that obviously doesn't get seen. Otherwise, you get called for fouls more. But I think he's a kind of a glue guy. I don't think he's a big money guy. I don't think he's a.
Obviously, he does because he's turning down $27.5 million.
Maybe I'm going to throw this out. Maybe he just wants out of Golden State.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe they want him out?
Well, I mean.
Well, not if you're going to pay him $27.5.
If I want to have,
or
I don't know how. I don't know.
Player option.
Or is it a situation when they're going to be like, "Hey, we're going to offer you this. We want you to decline it."
well, listen, if you offered him a lot of money and he's not going to make a lot, I'm going to take a lot of money, and you're just going to deal with me, or you're going to deal me.
Yeah, so by offering him money, they obviously want him there in some role, whatever that might be.
It was
an option, though.
Yeah, it was a player option, so that was part of his contract for however long ago that the contract deal was. I mean, my point is that where does he go? What team is willing to pay
the Charlotte Hornets?
Over $27.5 million.
Who else is on their team? I want you to start by naming at least 2 guys on their team.
Hey, whoever the Hornets don't have any money. They just spent $3 billion buying the team.
Well, I mean, they'll have jerseys.
Yeah,
and everything.
It's great.
Maybe Jordan probably took those with him.
Might have. You don't even get the Jordans. Take them all out.
Hey, we got some old Bobcat jerseys in the back.
Oh, there you go.
They're going to probably have to.
I would look at it like this. I think there's going to be a team that might need that kind of player to come in, and they need somebody who's going to sell some jerseys.
I don't know. Charlotte's got a lot of dudes on there.
I don't know. I don't know the NBA well enough to be able to pinpoint a team that needs him. But somebody who can be a 4th or 5th option, maybe a 6th man off the bench to play.
I don't think he's going to make the kind of money he just turned down.
He's not going to make 27.
And
27.
I think probably the move was I need to get out of here. If I had to guess and bet money on it, obviously betting if Jim was here, like I said, I don't think I was going to make that bet because Jim's not here. So yeah, I don't think he's going to make that kind of money going anywhere else. He can bet on himself all he wants. It's just like you're not going to get it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, tell me why you don't take $27.5 million, because yes, you have your rings.
Because Jordan Poole's still there, and he didn't want to have round 2.
Well, he did all right on round 1.
He did.
The only thing I can think of to not
punch.
take it is you just don't want to be in Golden State for some reason serious enough that $27 million can't make you happy and deal with.
Yeah, that it really comes down to that. Do you want to have that kind of money, or what would be the factors of not? Maybe he feels like I can build my legacy by playing somewhere else. He might take less money and go play somewhere else and try to win. Maybe he sees Golden State as like they're falling off. I can go and coattail ride somebody as a aging veteran, mid-level exception kind of guy.
In a city that's maybe not as expensive as San Francisco.
What are you saying? Are you saying that California is expensive?
I'm a business
Especially
teacher.
Oakland.
It's called cost of living index.
Oh, man.
Why? Why would the cost of living in California be extremely high?
Specifically San Francisco.
Specifically San Francisco.
I'm thinking of a G word, but it's not Golden State.
I'm going to say...
Is it a G thing?
Supply chain management. That's what I'm going with.
Oh. I see a lot of businesses that are booming in... Oh, wait, that's the doors getting knocked open in the businesses that are leaving town.
Lots of products are leaving the store, is what you're saying. Whether there's a bill of sale there
Products
or not.
are leaving. They're jumping off the shelf.
The stuff is just flying off the shelf.
Absolutely. Into people's hands
For
as
free.
they take off.
There must be great value.
Great value.
5-finger discount coupon.
Absolutely. I guess he doesn't want to have to worry about those sort of things.
And maybe he prefers to live in Oklahoma City.
He did go to Michigan State.
And go to Detroit and make $16 million a year instead, and maybe he's happier closer to home. Who knows?
I don't even know where home is.
Flint.
Oh, Flint. He is from Michigan. Well, hell, he might join the Pistons then.
Maybe he's trying to aim to get onto Izzo's coaching staff. Who knows?
$27.5 million. I'll wait a year to get on Izzo's staff.
He ain't gonna. Yeah,
$27.5 million.
You ain't gonna make that kind of money.
Hey, for $27.5 million, you can say we're never going to play you, and I'll be in a suit and tie and sit in the second row, and I'll just be like, okay, think about
your ass.
$27.5 million. Come on now.
No, if that suit was a denim suit, button up.
Hey,
Canadian tuxedo.
Exactly.
Canadian tuxedo.
I just think about Sea-Doos and all things like that, and be like, hey, I'm happy with $27.5 million.
Sea-Doos on Lake Michigan.
Hey, wherever.
What?
That's why he's back at Flint, Lake Michigan.
Stop. Yeah, I don't think he's going to make that kind of money. And you know what though? That opens up a lot of options for Golden State now.
Yeah.
To go out and maybe get some more help for their aging superstars.
I will say this: you say he won't make money. He probably won't make $27 million.
He'll make
but
some.
there will be an owner that might just throw the money at him for some reason.
How many years you giving him?
Mosaic bullpen left-hander style. Just throw money at him.
Rob Logan here says, how about a young team like OKC? I think it's going to be somebody. I think it's going to be a team like Oklahoma City. I think it's going to be a team like Detroit. I think it's going to be one of those outside looking in kind of teams that they're going to want somebody.
It's going to be like that speech from Moneyball with David Justice in the batting cage.
Yeah.
Look, listen, I want to get this out of you, and I just want to get the last little bit of basketball out of you.
So I think it comes down. There's two options for him. Okay, he can try to get he can try to still get some big free agent money at his age and get maybe 1 or 2, 3 years at the most in a big contract. I don't see it happening. I don't see him getting anywhere near 20. If he does, it's because of one of those teams I just said.
And it's a 1-year deal. If he
It's
gets
one
big
or
money,
two.
It's probably going to be a
maybe.
1-year deal.
It might be a club option. Like, we're not going to take your. But if the best situation for him, talk about legacy stuff, is I go take a mid-level exception salary, which is like, I don't know what it used to be like $5.5 million. I don't know what it is now.
Sure,
Inflation,
it's probably going to be up there in 12
inflation.
to 15.
So
Cost of living.
I take that, and I go play for a contender. I don't go play in Oklahoma City. I don't go play in Detroit. I don't go play for these scrubbed-up teams.
What contender wants to pick him up?
Somebody who's missing that dirty-ass player that he is.
Somebody.
I'm
going to
get under LeBron's skin kind of guy.
That's it right there. The grit player to get underneath the star player's skin.
How did that work out for Lance Stevenson back in the day? It didn't. I don't see.
Lance wasn't as talented.
Wait.
Draymond's talented. And
who's Draymond going to guard though? Like he's too small to guard a big, especially way that
he can guard a power forward.
He doesn't have to do it for 48 minutes. He'll probably only have to do it for about 16 to 20 at the most.
If he accepts that kind of role where he's just like, hey, I'm coming off the bench, I'm going to play for a little bit, I'm going to give you what I got, and then I'm going to get paid and go home. But
I'm using up my 6 in 20 minutes. That's what
don't
he's doing.
know. We don't know what he's wanting. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're all sitting here going, why would you turn down that kind of money not to come back?
Right.
Maybe he doesn't. I want to go do something different.
Okay. Does his history potentially stifle those contender type teams?
I just said it did.
No. What I'm saying is the idea of he might be a locker room issue. He may not be a locker room issue. Or if you're a GM, or if you're the go-to player for whatever said team, that are you willing to take a risk on all of the baggage that you know is going to be coming with him?
At a mid-level exception for a year or so, just to kind of approve me contract or whatever that he might take, it might be worth it to see if he fits. If he doesn't, you're only out a couple mil.
But he could also go to that young team, and I mean, he is a guy that values winning. And if you look back to any of his, I mean, outside of maybe the Jordan Poole, I mean, I don't know what really escalated from that situation where he was, got to the point where he was going to punch the dude in the face.
Here's what I think. And going back to The Last Dance.
I won't finish my point, though.
Sorry.
Continue.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Just jump in there. Jump in there.
I think that happens on the regular way more than it's just the fact that we have cameras everywhere now. That probably happens every day or every other day, whether it's in the NBA, NFL.
Well, you've got a bunch of type A personality kind of guys, and what's your motivation for playing? I mean, at whatever point you're getting paid, but you also you got to value winning at some point here. Otherwise, you're not any good, and that's just the way it is. So you got a bunch of guys that are really good, but they don't care about the winning part.
He's obviously not in it for the paycheck.
I mean, if I'm in it for the paycheck, I'm taking the option. Going away.
He's obviously not in it for the paycheck.
I'm taking the option, file my retirement papers, so I can sit at home and still make that money. It's a guaranteed contract. You have to pay it. Just like Keith Van Horn, didn't play the last 3 years of his contract, got traded 7 times, and put that money in his pocket. He was always, they trade Keith Van Horn. Does he even still play? No, but it's a guaranteed contract, and he just moved it around.
At the end, it was the rights to Keith Van Horn, just in case you could talk him back in.
I mean, he is 6'11" white guy who played for a national championship, got beat by Kentucky. Other than that, I can't say a whole lot about him outside of
he did okay.
Play for the Nets.
Yeah, he did okay for
who had a better NBA career, him or Christian Laettner?
Oh, man.
Easy.
Laettner.
Both hated white guys. I'm just saying.
Oh,
big, tall, hated white guys.
I see it. Leitner was way more hated than
I'm talking about NBA hate.
Okay.
though.
Oh, yeah.
Let me
Tyler Hansbrough in that one, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hansbrough, yeah.
Okay, keeping with the tall theme here and still on the good.
Tall.
The NBA draft is tomorrow. I'm going to mess this guy's name up.
Wemby. Just say Wemby.
Wemby, okay.
I don't know.
7'5", at least that's what they have him listed as.
Weighs $120.
Okay, weighs $120. Is he
Sopping
the next big stud, or
No.
do you think he's going to be a bust?
There's nothing big about, other than tall.
Okay.
Go
ahead, Kevin.
He's got to prove himself. I haven't seen anything. We're just going to keep talking over Chris so he can't make his point here. But
make a point. I got a point.
I haven't seen enough of him to know whether it's.
You can't see much of him.
Yeah, they all thought that Greg Odom was going to be the next big thing. And then,
You're a Greg Oden reference.
so
151 episodes, I think.
Yeah, Greg Oden, Sam Bowie. I mean, come on. Are we?
Man, you just compared him to Greg Oden and Sam.
Hey, wait.
Odin was hurt, though.
Wait 3 weeks and he'll have a Liz Frank injury and we'll never hear from him again.
Frank.
I just okay. You say that, and then we are not comparing careers.
Not comparing
but
careers.
Giannis, he was about $120 when he came in the league as well, and it took him about 2 seasons plus of getting in the weight room and finally putting on muscle and strength and all that, and look what he's done.
But he also wasn't 7'6",
right,
or 7'5", or whatever it is.
Right.
Oh, who's the guy to Gonzaga? I just drew a blank. The guy to Gonzaga from last year, Chet.
Oh, Holmgren.
Holmgren.
Yeah.
Also in this thing, and he didn't have much of a first year.
Well, it's because he got hurt.
Well, that too.
He got hurt,
well,
and he was out for the season.
Probably because he only weighed $120, and
Well, Greg Oden weighed
Yeah.
like 300 pounds, and he got hurt.
yeah, well,
So how are we comparing those two? They're just tall.
because I am. That's why.
Yes,
And
It's
they're
just,
first round, and they're going to be number 1 picks.
oh, I thought you were saying like they're taller, so it's kind of like gravity had more pull on them, like it's the surface of Jupiter, and it just crushing their.
You didn't say Uranus.
No, I didn't say it. Didn't say it.
No, I'm just saying that they're number 1 picks that haven't proven themselves to be able to do anything.
So,
I didn't think Odin deserved it coming out of Ohio State.
well, I mean, do you
Other than
do
him
you
being
think
big and tall.
Do you think Portland is looking back, going, "What are we thinking?"
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think they had a chance at Jordan. Yep. No. Now they did have Clyde, so I get that. But you had Greg Oden, or you had Kevin Durant. Same draft. Durant went 2.
But why did they pick Odin? Because Durant was about a 7-foot, $120.
Yeah, but Durant was a proven commodity that could score at will at
Listen,
Texas.
Apparently, drafting 7-foot, 120-pound guys is a thing you do at number 1. And Portland's like, nope.
Go back to Walton.
We're going to go for the guy that
Yeah.
we don't think, that we think is going to be the big thing.
Walton's
but,
a Hall of Famer, by the way.
yeah.
But he was another 7-foot plus 120 pound.
Dominated the college basketball world.
Hey,
Yeah.
there wasn't a lot of 7-footers like that back then. He was. Did you watch that
Tom
documentary?
Burleson. I'm it like I don't know the
Part
second.
2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whichever one.
Okay, I'll
Fourth.
say that. Why is there a 4-part series at Walton? Great Hall of Famer and all of that. 4 parts, really?
His
four
life
parts?
and career is definitely worth
Yeah.
dividing up into several
I
parts.
thought it could have been 3, but
Zach, Zach, do you have to piss and moan about everything? Just throwing
the
it out there.
captain gets what, 6 episodes? Derek Jeter.
I don't know.
He
I thought it
gets-
was like 8.
it was,
Jordan gets 7. You get. Come on, okay, I'll give you credit where credit is due, but
Oh
come
my
on,
gosh.
get two episodes.
It's
life
about how much they
story.
want to divulge of their life. I mean, Bill Walton is just like,
I'm
hey,
here."
here's everything. Hey, I love being a part of the Grateful Dead. I like dressing up as Father Time. He's nuts. He's a big ass redheaded hippie now with gray hair. That's what he is. Sorry. Anyway, so I mean, my take on this Wemby kid is. I mean, it could go one of 2 ways. It could legitimately go one of 2 ways. He is either going to be hurt all the time because he's big, he doesn't have any weight to him. He's going to have feet problems and knee problems and whatever, stress fracture, bull crap,
Liz Frank.
That's Frank. Micro fracture surgery stuff, or he's going to put on weight. And if he puts on weight, he'll be fine. If he puts on weight, he'll be fine. He'll be one of those guys who
Can't lose any weight.
well,
so.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. It's like how many jars of peanut butter can he eat in a day?
Hey.
Whatever it is, he needs to. And he's got to do that. If he doesn't, the NBA game is intense as far as the stress it puts on your body. Those guys are huge, and you can't bang with the big guys if you weigh a $110, and that's great. He'll be stuck as a guy who can't take it to the basket because you're afraid of him getting broken in half. I think the skill set's there, just like it is with what's his name? You just said it. From Chet Holmgren,
who only played 32, who was only in 32 games.
Yeah,
started 31.
But you also got to think too. Take some of those guys who they're coming in the league. Even Giannis, he didn't just jump right in and be dominant. Kevin Durant is one of the few guys who came in and had early success, who was small like that, didn't have a big frame. It takes a little bit to get used to the game, and Durant was able to shoot the outside shot. That really helped. And he was still stronger than what he looked. And Giannis playing the way he did, he doesn't have that outside game that Durant had coming in. So he's got to bulk up to match the style of a guy who can take it to the basket and be a rebounder. If the intangibles are there, it's just about what you do with your body. Talking about kids in high school right now, trying to get them to prepare their bodies. I mean, you got to think, you're coming from, let's say, middle school to high school. It's like, hey, listen, you're going to have to bulk up, bro. This is how it's going to be.
You're 105
okay, whatever.
pounds.
I was able to do this, and they get their butt kicked and end up on the ground all the time. It's like, look, you fall down more than the Three Stooges, dude. Let's hit the weight room. Then you go from the high school game to the college game, or you talk about some of these kids coming from their club sports in Europe and then to the pro game.
You can even equate that to just going from JV to varsity. In a lot of.
I mean, every level you step up, there's a different style, but at the same time, every time you step up, you're going against guys who are older and stronger and are seasoned, and those guys, you got to be able to compete against them. Like, let's say you might be more talented, but buddy, I can beat you into a pulp and bring you down to my level, and that's where a guy like Draymond comes in handy. By the way, what would he do to like Wemby going in their basket? Oh, okay, let's just trip you and break you in half. Hey, I'm gonna get that guy.
It's not tripping. He's going right through his chest.
I just accidentally stepped my foot out because I was taking a step
right.
in the right direction, and he's the one who went over.
As I was falling, I grabbed.
I'm just gonna
wait for the ball.
I'm gonna slide over last minute, give him a little hip check, and knock him into the fourth row.
Sure. I mean, those things are going to happen. Guys are going to be like that.
So I wanted to ask this question last week. We didn't get to it, but with Denver winning, and you've got the Joker and all of that, and then you've got Embiid, both of those big men winning MVPs now in multiple years. Are we getting an era of the center back? Now, I'm not saying Shaq. I'm not saying even a Hakeem. Are we getting this new hybrid type of center that is going to be able to be a stretch five where they can shoot some threes? But is there now maybe more of an emphasis on the big man than in the last several years?
I don't think of him as a five. I think of those guys as more of like a four that just plays at the five.
Okay.
Or at what traditionally was the five. So it's a four with, and everybody's kind of slid down a little bit. So the old fours are now threes are now twos. So there's no real, I don't know that there's a real five in the NBA. I don't follow the NBA well enough to know in each team, but I don't know. Is there a real five in the NBA now in the traditional sense?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if you're ever going to have that traditional.
There's always going to be a guy hanging around somewhere that could do those things. Draymond is probably, he's a four anyway. I mean, is that really where the big man is? Is it the four? Because there is no five anymore.
They went away from having the center as a position in basketball a while back, which is kind of ridiculous. But as things come and go in phases, I think if you look at what Jokic does as far as his game, I mean, he's an exceptional passer, and you utilize him to facilitate the offense, and he's finding guys. So if you throw the ball into the guy who can, put a move on, drop step, and score, it's kind of going back to a little bit of the old post-up game, but at the same time, you're also running your offense through that guy. Honestly, it's kind of like what the Lakers did with Shaq, where Shaq facilitated a lot of stuff. Now, more direct scoring is coming from Jokic passing the ball because that's why he's getting an assist count that's much higher than what Shaq did when Shaq was running the triangle in Los Angeles. But when you've got a guy who can do that, and it's has the skill set. I mean, he's a lot more talented ball handling wise than some of the big men of the past. But you also got to think he's a product of European basketball, and I can't stress this enough that the European model for the game of basketball is the way of the future because of the teaching of the fundamentals to kids who are still getting bigger and growing. So you talk about positionless basketball like with AAU and read and react and all that. When you got guys who are 7 foot tall, or you're the Wemby kid or whatever that's 7'5", who can handle the ball better than your guys who are 5'7", there's a problem when it's in the United States where that's like Europeans are so far ahead of us in that aspect.
Wait a second. You mean they value fundamentals?
Yeah,
and
fundamentals.
Not just rolling the balls out
Not
and just
rolling
playing,
the balls out
playing
and playing.
games?
No.
You don't
no.
like. So wait a second. You mean like having 20, 30 games over the summer isn't going to be as beneficial than saying, hey,
4 in a day? Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's a different mindset.
But you got to get through the losers bracket.
right.
It's the I want to have fun part, or I want to work on my game. Now, if you're playing club basketball for these years, it's not like this public school providing basketball. Here you go, and whatever. It's a club sport. It's almost
academies.
Like it's a job for these kids to come in, and you're working towards trying to get that future. Whether you want to play at a college here in the United States, or you're trying to make a pro team over there in Europe or somewhere else, or you're trying to make the NBA. So those are the things that they're working for. That's why they have all different levels. It's not just you got the one team in this town. No, I mean they have several different levels where guys are trying to bump up, and if you can't do those things, if you can't handle the ball, if you can't pass the ball, you don't play, you don't make it. And Jokic is a great example of, I mean, he also changed his body. He was a big, fat-looking dude, and he slimmed down. He added the muscle that he needed to. He's quicker on his feet, and his footwork was already good, and then it just got better because now he's quicker, he's more nimble. I like the old post-up basketball. It's hard for guys now to score with their back to the basket, but he doesn't have to, because if he makes a move and here comes the double, he finds the open guy.
The difference, too, is Tim Duncan, he's going to be, let's just call it the short corner, a little bit north of the short corner. You see, the Joker and all that. Where's he at? Where are these guys at? They're at the top of the key. So you've got the whole floor to assess. You're running pick and rolls, hip handoffs, things like that. And then you can face up, or you can play back to the basket. So the position of where the ball's getting to, I think, is changing a little bit as well.
Because it's more positionless basketball. You talk about being a big man game. It's not always the traditional big man. He's not playing that way all the time either. He's able to do a lot of things. But you talk about utilizing the jump hook. You talk about being able to put the ball on the floor and rip and go. He can do all those things. There's a reason he's a 2-time MVP, and there's a reason he's an NBA champion right now and Finals MVP, because he's pretty damn good. And I could see where you could say that, but it can't just be one guy that changes the face of basketball and everybody. There's going to have to be some more guys that follow that lead, and I do see where big guys, if they take that skill set that he has, where you can incorporate that into your club teams and that whatever, and utilize those skills. But I mean, it's going to be what people, what kids do and how they develop their own game. So I think it's about time for a break. Sorry, I kind of rambled to that point. I looked over,
interrupt him that time.
Yeah, we let him have his point, and he just ran off with it.
Whatever. Kevin.
No, not doing it.
You're doing it.
Not doing it again. No.
Why?
Why? Because I got yelled at last week. I'm not doing it
Come on,
again.
do it. Come on, do it.
right.
Do it.
We'll be back. Going to break.
Great.
I'm the latest hashtag challenge, and everyone on social media is trying me. I'm trending so hard that hashtag common sense can't keep up. This is gonna get tens and tens of views. But if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, you could be left to pay for this yourself.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
Imagine an HVAC as unnoticeable as the air itself. Sounds pretty good, huh? The new Daikin Fit. Air intelligence.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com.
For 24 years, really enjoyed being a basketball coach. When I retired from coaching, I decided that I wanted to get back into the media world. I look at it from more of a coach's point of view. I love to showcase guests. I love to tell their stories, not just locally and regionally, but nationally as well. Joe Namath, Kurt Warner, Patrick Ewing, Katie Smith. Not just talk about their accolades, but what they have given back to the game, what they've given back as leaders in their community. And I want people to be able to listen to my show and to be able to take that into their lives. They're going to be able to live their life like a champion. That's a show right there that I feel like is worth listening to.
You gotta unmute the mic there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was showing my gun like Ja Morant.
Oh, that's what you did.
Kidding.
Bang bang.
Bang bang.
Hey, it's a toy. It's okay.
It's okay. It's not real.
Cactus Jack.
It's like, wait a minute. No, you can't do that. Welcome back to the Coach's Box. If you're wondering what the hell you're watching, episode 151, by the way. We made it past the 150 mark. Nobody kicked us off the air.
Yet.
We still waiting for the other shoe to drop. But if you haven't already, make sure you check out the Let's Talk Sports Network. They're on YouTube. They have a lot of really great podcasts out there, and they're really nice enough to allow us and our whatever you want to call it to be on the show on their network and for our show, and we're really happy about that. And again, there's a lot of great content out there, so be sure to check it out whenever you feel like it. If you don't feel like it, hey, that's up to you. You have an American right not to watch certain things.
Well, don't you have an
sometimes.
An American right, Second Amendment right as well?
To have a gun?
There we go.
Oh, Lord. Here we go. Welcome to the show.
I knew that.
So tonight we do the back door. No need to talk.
Oh, I'm
Hey,
sorry.
Jason's
Most
here.
guys
Jason's
show
here.
up on time. I'll tell you.
I care about my basketball program.
Oh, that's great. I guess no one else here does care about their program. That's what he's trying to tell us here.
Oh.
Well, we're really happy that Jason's decided to grace us with his presence. I've still got you muted, by the way.
We've come into the front door every time we've been here, and then tonight it's locked.
Sorry, I was a little busy.
Oh, yeah, I haven't been busy today either.
Oh, here we go. My gosh.
So
Anyway, so
Maybe
now
that's where Riley's at. He's just wandering around the school trying.
Oh, I knew he wouldn't be here, and I knew Jim wouldn't be here. I told y'all.
So my question, though, how are you going to collect?
yeah.
I know.
Venmo.
Jim will never be here. I'll have to have a cash app.
There you go. So if you want to send money to Jason Jarvis, we can throw your Cash App up on the screen.
Please do. I'm broke. That's why I'm just getting here. Summer school all day, football, basketball, and now I'm here.
So we're getting ready to talk about John Morant, and Zach brought up a point.
25 days?
25 game
games.
suspension, and for the second time he toted a gun on social media after they said, "Hey, don't do that again." If your boss tells you to do something,
Hold on. Okay.
yeah, your boss tells you to do something.
This is like a parent and kids cleaning their room.
I can't. We can't talk about Ja.
Okay.
But then I want to talk about Zion and all of his women.
Okay, wait. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
He shows up and he's already wanted to change the agenda.
Yeah, so
I never pay attention to that damn agenda.
well, that's your fault.
Yeah.
No, don't blame anybody else but yourself. So if you look, okay, I know what you're going to say. It's a Second Amendment right and all this other stuff.
I heard this, and there was a meme. I heard
Zach's information's on memes now.
And it was on Facebook, and it's like,
not new.
hey, why is the NRA so silent on the Ja issue? I thought they were all about the Second Amendment, blah, 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 blah. Now, Chris, go into what you were just talking about.
Well, listen, when your boss tells you, hey, don't do this, you can't do this again, and you turn around and you do it again.
And then the boss's boss.
And then the
says,
boss's boss is like, hey, that's not going to work, so you can go home for a while, and you can think about what you did. You got to do it. Listen, it's the same thing with those guys in the NFL who get suspended for dropping dirty on a piss test because of marijuana or whatever drugs that they can't do. It might be legal in your state. In Colorado, it's legal to smoke marijuana. But
A lot of states are.
okay, I'm using it as an example because then when you play for the Broncos and you smoke marijuana and you drop dirty on your pee test, you're going to get suspended. I don't care if it's legal here, but it's not okay with your boss.
You signed a contract.
You sign a contract that you have to go with whatever they decide. So it's real simple. Don't break the law. Whatever that law is, whether it's a work law or the law, you just don't do it. If someone said, don't do this, and you're just like, I'm going to do it anyway. I mean, listen, Adam and Eve kind of set the tone for when somebody says, hey, don't do this, and you still do it, bad things happen. Just throwing it out there. Hey, there you go. Jason, your take. You're quiet.
Oh, that's funny that people are saying, where's the NRA on this deal? The NRA, this is not an NRA problem. This is a Ja Morant who's making $200-something million. Hey, dumbass, why not put your gun away?
It was a toy gun. But
I don't care. It looks you're a moron. It's $200-something million.
I'm
now
not disagreeing
I
with that.
will throw something out there.
What?
There's been guys who have killed people in a car and got suspended less games than Ja Morant in other sports.
Well, were they guilty of murder?
Manslaughter?
It's not murder.
Are you talking about Illinois here? or
Ja's
what?
not
California.
guilty. Ja's not guilty of anything.
That's what I'm
broke
saying.
No laws.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Leonard Little plowed someone over and didn't. It wasn't.
God, what a name. Leonard Little. I forgot all about Leonard Little.
And
Oh, that's what I thought he was talking about the whole time.
And he didn't get suspended as many games as Ja Morant has for brandishing a gun.
How about
Is
do you
John
remember?
Morant really going to serve all 25 games? Or is this one of those things
appealed it?
like in baseball when they say, "Oh, you can serve 10."
I think he is. I think he's got. I think he will all 25.
Here's the other thing.
He loses a lot of money because of it too.
That people have brought up. Do you remember the Birdman who played for Miami?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Did you see that picture of him with all the guns?
He had picked while he was still playing.
Yep.
Whatever happened to Birdman?
Nothing.
Well, maybe
Now,
what organization was he with?
The NBA.
Okay, well,
Just like Ja Morant.
Well, it wasn't plastered all over the place. That's why.
and he wasn't a popular player.
There we go.
And
And-
okay, he was popular to.
But it wasn't John Morant.
He wasn't the
Ja Morant.
franchise player.
and
or one of the biggest
let's
in the league.
let's talk about the climate of society.
Okay.
It's like
now compared to when Birdman did it.
yeah.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean it's night and day different. So okay, it's like let's read the room for a
Now,
second. Have a little bit of common sense.
The first time, okay.
Yeah, first time you're dumb.
but
Stop.
He told you not to do it anymore. So
That's the issue.
That's the issue.
It was like 2 days after.
I
by
know
the way.
it's.
I was wondering what the time.
like literally 2 days.
I know that. Yeah, great Second Amendment protection. Dude, I own 2 9mm, but I don't go down the
Jason
street.
owns 2.
I don't go down the street brandishing them.
Which is illegal.
Or doing lives where I
Well, actually,
haven't.
it's open carry in Missouri.
Well, okay.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're flashing it at someone.
Did you not see the video of that guy walking through the middle of downtown St. Louis with an AR,
If you are, like,
pointing and
holding it up to
threatening?
someone,
That's a
yes.
little different. Yes.
That's what I mean
Little
by
bit.
brandishing.
I don't know
So,
what it means.
Sorry.
Jason.
Well, evidently you didn't because you wanted to argue about it. And
You should acquiesce.
I acquiesce.
whatever. You give a crap about that stupid word. Anyone that has that ugly of a hat on right now shouldn't not be talking.
I should turn that game back on.
Wow. Wow.
Thing
For a
is-
second, I thought you were talking about my
That
hat.
thing is bright. It's you're a employer. You've said it all. I mean, the employer said, "Don't do it. Don't do it."
It's kind of like
Like if my superintendent tells me not to do something, I'm like,
Let's-
"Well, I think Dr. Freeman, yes, sir."
Let's talk about from the teacher's perspective. Hey, do we
Here he goes.
have First Amendment rights? No, we don't as teachers. But do the students have First Amendment rights? Yes, they do. We teach this in government class all the time. Chris, you're my student. Guess what you are constitutionally protected to do? You can start your own I Hate Coach McVey Facebook page.
Well, there's already one going
already one
around.
going
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I believe me, because we
and,
knew about it about 10 years ago when we worked
Oh,
together.
that's awesome!
right?
I would have joined that page.
I'm sure it's there. It's there. Internet's forever. But the fact is,
Rate my
as a
teacher.
student, you can do that. As a teacher, guess what? We do that. We're gone. We
Listen,
don't have that
Zach,
First
Zach,
Amendment right.
I would take this. Listen, you can do it. One time. You can do it.
And
One
then,
time.
when you're no longer a teacher, see, here's the kicker. When you're no longer a teacher, then you can do whatever you want. That's the kicker with Ja Morant. Hey, you want to take your firearm
Man.
and put it on Instagram or whatever the heck he did.
I can't even imagine.
You
that.
can do that all you want, Ja. You just don't get to do it as an NBA player.
Please, can we still have the show when I'm retired?
Well, I don't know, Jason. I mean, there's
Is
a
that
lot of
coming
things.
up soon or what?
There's a lot of things that have to,
a
take
long
place,
time.
and
I know it's a long time, but
I didn't think we'd make it this far.
I didn't
it's not.
say.
It's
So
not.
you're
It's
saying
really
there's
not
a
as
chance?
long as you think.
That's what she said.
For me, hopefully.
And
I
there's
heard
no
what he said.
152 after that.
But I
Can't help it.
Okay, so
there.
let's piggyback off of this into, I think, which is I don't know, the Bob Huggins situation.
We're already going to Bob Huggins. I want to hear about Zion. Let's go into the Zion
All right.
conversation. We haven't made it. We're still in the NBA.
have
Okay.
you seen the stuff that chick has been posting?
She also got banned from Twitter.
After
So talk about what happened,
Fill us
Jason.
in.
Fill the audience
As
who
if we
doesn't
don't know. I don't know, so tell us.
well, I mean, all I've saw is bits and pieces of what she's posted on Twitter. Like,
Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to expose you. I'm going to, the Pelicans should trade you. I mean, it was all.
So basically, this adult film actress
Yes. has some dirt on him.
has some dirt on Zion Williamson.
Evidently, a video,
Dirty video.
a dirt video on Zion.
Might be more than one from the way she was talking.
By the tweets that I read, it
And
was probably
said,
interesting.
said that she was going to start posting those if Zion wasn't traded. Talk about loving the
traded?
sports team. Oh yeah, she said he needs out of New Orleans.
Yes.
Get him out of there.
She wants him out of New Orleans.
She's the
I mean, wait, is trying to blackmail the GM?
Well, then there was one of them that had showed all these payments to her from Zion. Like one of them was $20,000.
Well, listen, Tiger Woods did some of this stuff too. Now,
Well, no crap.
But he did it for years and got away with it.
well, those before Twitter was a big deal.
I mean, we had presidents that had good times.
Are those
Monica
constitution-
Lewinsky. I mean, come on.
What about her?
Her and Bill Clinton and
Oh, what? Never mind. So, I mean, it's pretty interesting. I don't know what.
I don't know.
Twitter
man.
did ban her. So,
Well, I was just wow. I'm like, man, Zion, you got to pick who you're. Yeah.
well, listen. I mean,
I
I
think
guess
the problem is he's got he's like a lot of maybe he's trying to be like Sean Kemp. See how many baby mamas he can have.
Well, you trying to be like Sean Kemp or Wilt Chamberlain?
Well, if he's trying to be like Wilt Chamberlain,
You got a long way to go.
He got a lot of work to do.
I mean, yeah. Wilt was a great player on the court.
Evidently,
and
off
the court.
he was a.
Scored how many points on the court? Like
I thought he was going
27,000.
straight to the app. Off
27,000 points on the court and 20,000 off the court. Hey, his autobiography is pretty interesting stuff, man.
So you're saying they could do it 30 for 30, and that would be more than 4
I bet you they could do a 30 for 30 on Wilt. There's no doubt about it. Hey, that could be definitely a 10-part episode.
10-part on HBO Max.
Did any of you guys
Cinemax.
catch Bill Walton?
That's what we were
That's what
talking
we were
about.
talking
Since you don't watch the show,
when we were here.
Well, I
we
couldn't
were
help it. I was coaching basketball.
Yeah, but you have assistants.
And I left early because my assistant was there.
There you go. See?
He cares about his basketball
Yes.
program.
I left 15 minutes early so I could
great.
get here. But, I mean, Blair had open gym, and I didn't even see him before
Or
me.
did he have open gym?
Yeah. So now I forgot what I was going to
Zion.
say. Oh, no, Walton, though, that I
there
watched.
it goes.
I've just caught, the last, 30 minutes of it. And I was like, I actually like the dude a lot more than what I did before.
That's when a documentary makes you like somebody you didn't like before. It's a good documentary, I think.
Dude, I didn't realize the pain and all that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize how. Man, I mean, he was at the bottom there for a minute.
Yeah. Well, you probably think of him from being a member of the Celtics, kind of. Yeah, you don't like him because you're a Lakers fan.
Well, no, I just couldn't stand to listen to him talk.
Well, I still can't stand to listen to him talk.
But either can I. But that watching just those 35, 45 minutes, whatever I watched there, made me go, well, I kind of like him now.
So to jump on what we did talk about, do you think that it deserved 4 parts of a documentary? Zach says no. I said yes because it's Bill Walton.
Well, I only saw the last part.
He's crazy.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying. All right, so going back to Zion and his
Wow.
Extracurriculars.
Well, I will
Endeavors.
say all the way
Endeavors.
on the way here, I was listening to 101, and they were talking about Zion, and the Pelicans are really enamored with one of the picks, with one of the guys that are in the draft, and
well, there's going to be one in there they're not going to get. It's the first one. So after that, it's
and so they have
Is it that scoop?
secretly supposedly been shopping Zion.
ooh. So he's on double secret
So
probation.
then everybody's like, so are you going to get rid of Ingram too? Is this a whole rebuild? What is going on here?
So is Zion a bust?
He's no Greg Oden, but that's twice in the show I've mentioned that.
yeah, you've mentioned Greg Oden a little bit too much.
A lot of people mention Greg Oden, but it's for a lot of different things. But I don't know that he's a bust. I mean, dude averages 27 points a game when he's playing. The problem is he's only played in
80 games.
Yeah, I mean, not a whole lot of games.
I mean, he's been out. He's
In
been
how many years?
3 or 4.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the thing. Do you look at these lackluster NBA franchises and say that they need to absolutely do away with the lottery system and just go to if they want to tank, you just got to tank. Because think about it. The Charlotte Hornets, I would say this. I would bet money that Michael Jordan does not sell the Hornets if they get the number 1 pick. Because then they get the Wemby kid, and then it's like, okay, we can set our franchise up to win.
We can make some money.
The Spurs get him. The Spurs have had a tradition of winning up until the last 3 or 4 years. Then they're gonna get this guy, and it's like let's just say he pans out, and now you have a franchise, once in a lifetime talent, blah blah blah. Well, now you got to wait around for that again. If the Hornets miss their shot because of the stupid ping pong ball, okay, the Pelicans are irrelevant. The Pistons are irrelevant. The Hornets are irrelevant. Oklahoma City is irrelevant. They're not going to win, and they have no chance, zero chance of winning an NBA championship. They don't have anybody that's star quality, and people are not going there. So why not let them tear it all down like they do in baseball and let them build it back up?
Well, here's the other thing.
Do it.
What about baseball? They also don't have a salary cap.
Sure.
So do you do away with the salary cap too? Because why? What is enticing me to go to Oklahoma or any of those other teams that you talked about? What's the enticement to go?
Why have you been to Oklahoma before?
I'm asking.
No, I'm just asking. Have you been to Oklahoma?
Yeah, but just to visit.
Was it amazing? Is it just like great? There's nothing in Oklahoma City that's going to entice a young, say 25-year-old basketball player to go to the middle of the Midwest and play basketball. If the thing
Money.
is okay. Well, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. You got to do away with the
I
salary cap.
don't disagree. I don't disagree with you on that because the salary cap has definitely, to my opinion, I think the salary cap has hindered the NBA more than the lottery has. But if you're going to have the salary cap, then you got to do away with the lottery. It's like there's no possible way that you can allow these teams to compete if they don't luck out and get the pick.
So I don't like the lottery.
I think the lottery system's stupid.
It should be by your crap.
So-
Your team's crap.
But then they all say, "Well, they'll tank." Then let them tank.
So then, do
cares?
you think the players? How do I want to say this? There aren't that many high-level, game-changing players. There's only 2 rounds, right, in the NBA in the NBA
2
draft.
rounds.
2 rounds.
2 rounds.
So and there's however many teams and
30.
There's not 60 players worth a darn. There's not 40 players worth of darn.
And only the first rounders are guaranteed contracts. After that, it's not even guaranteed.
So how can you not turn around a program? How can you not turn around a franchise with the talent pool is yay big? You only have so many teams. It's not like football where you have to fill a 50-some-odd man roster. You only put 5 guys out on the floor. Are you saying franchises can't find 5 really good players? What's the issue?
Okay.
Because it's not one team.
Well,
you just listed.
Well, you can't just have 5 good players and then expect to win.
Well, it's because the NBA is geared around individualized basketball more than what college basketball is. The Miami Heat were on the cusp of really tearing down the way the NBA has been structured for the last several years because they had, 6 undrafted guys and 1 guy who's a star, and basically they all played together. And I mean, I'll be honest with you, I was rooting for him a little bit because
I was rooting for
I know
him.
you were because of Stan Kroenke, but we'll just we already know.
I
Jason.
wasn't even going to bring up Stan.
I know I was
You
going
had
to.
bring
Just
it.
I know I don't want to
Screw him.
See, so
Hate him.
I know. So I think the way the NBA is structured, though, is it's more of the 2 and 3. I mean, look at the Chris Paul trade. I mean, hey, we got to have another superstar over here and have a group of 3. But that doesn't leave a lot of money to pay these other guys.
Problem is they only have. I mean, they have
1 ball.
with Ayton. So they got 4 players that are really.
But they'll lose
pretty
him.
good.
They'll lose him probably because of money. And
Well,
then, but you got to
They're
look.
going to pay those 4.
But here's the thing: you can't you can do all these big time contracts, but then you have no money left over under the cap except for 1 mid level exception, I believe that's what it is, and then a bunch of league minimums.
Well,
and they ran into that in Miami whenever they put that team
I
together.
agree, but there's got to be
with
some guys
LeBron.
that are willing. They're looking at those 3 with the post player that's already there. I mean, I'm a guy that wants to win a championship. Maybe I go.
The Suns don't have a point guard right now. They just traded him away for another guy who likes to shoot the ball, and they already have Booker. So, but the thing is about the NBA, if they
they got a point guard.
if they would take if they would
Kevin Durant.
if they would take and do away with the salary cap, but just say that once you can pay two guys as much money as you want, but then after that, there's nobody who can make over, let's just say $10 million a year, and you just you bring it down and say across the board, this is all you. I mean, think about it. Then I can get guys who can play and fill a roster out with some guys who aren't necessarily superstar. I only get 2 superstar contracts, and the rest of them have to be under this. Talk about evening out the parity.
How do you define superstar?
Because you can only give out 2 supermax contracts.
So
as a GM, I get, let's say,
so the GM has to decide.
There we go.
Well, the reason why I ask is, isn't it now when you say the mid-level exception or the max deal, that those fall into, well, were you an all-star? Were you a leading?
It's whatever they decide. They can give. You see, with the Larry Bird exception, you can sign.
I was going to say, then you have Bird years. There's all this.
You can sign the guy for more money on your team, even if you're over the cap, and that was the Larry Bird exception to the salary cap when they instituted in 1983 with the NBA. If they would allow teams to, if they would do away with the salary cap and just say, did you get 2 supermax contracts or whatever? Because only the re-signing team can sign for that extra year and all that money. So if you go a free agent, you lose the 1 year that you would have got staying with the team. That's the incentive part. And you don't get as much. But you can go wherever you want. But we say, okay, let's use Miami, who has one. Let's say they have one guy, it's Jimmy Butler, who's big, the max contract guy. You can sign one more guy for over this amount, whatever you negotiate. You want to pay him $50 million? Pay him 50, whatever. That's on you. We'll let you sign every other player on your team up to, and it's got to be kind of like a market level kind of thing, but it can't be where you can have 3 of those guys. But you can take instead of having your league minimum guys and your mid-level exception, because if you're taking all of your money and you're putting all of your money into 3 dudes, who are you filling your team with? You bunch of old ass role players who aren't any good. That's your Mike Miller, Miami Heat kind of guy. You're okay. Listen, I'm not.
Kevin Love.
Kevin Love was making he was max deal back.
No, I'm talking about this year.
Oh yeah, well this year, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like you say, you can pay those guys. Now, how many guys are going to take that money instead of the big time money? Because let's say I'm a free agent. I don't get one of those big time deals. Nobody wants me at that price. But I can go here and I can make up to this amount. And if a team will pay that, you would see more competition for free agency. You would see more competition on the court because you can't have 3 guys under the same amount of money.
That super max deal.
I'm going to get that max deal. When I got that, I'm good.
And you're going to see one guy getting 50 shots a night, but nobody passing.
Okay, but now you got to think about that.
It's going to be even worse basketball.
Okay, but to most people, they're going to look at that and say, that dude's a volume scorer. That's a volume score. Do you want to sign World B. Free, or do you want to sign Magic Johnson? I'm just saying. I mean, who is better? World B. Free. I don't know if you know who World B. Free is. NBA player. Go look him up. Google is great. Scored a lot. He was the Allen Iverson before Allen Iverson kind of guy. Or Magic Johnson, who, you're taking Magic because Magic's going to help you win a championship.
He can play 1 through 5, too.
Yes. It's not a volume scorer. So you eliminate those volume scorer guys because now you have more competition for the guys who are going to help you win. The Hornets can be relevant with that kind of model. If they're wait. Hey, if the ownership is willing to spend money on the team.
The Hornets are
they're irrelevant.
They're irrelevant because of what they've done.
$3 billion.
But if they don't win the lottery and they don't get the 1 or 2 talent guys that are generational talent, there's no chance for them. If they had Zion, this would be a different story for Charlotte. Just saying, if they had Zion, well, they might be able to get Zion here a little bit.
As little as he's played.
Either way, though, that's still a guy who's a stud who can change your franchise when he's on the court. He's not Greg Oden.
No, he's not.
He's not Sam Bowie.
That's about all I can bring up at this point.
Kevin's like, yes,
This might be the most NBA talk
ever on this show.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Ron Rhodes says, "Don't forget moving Marvin Barnes." Nice.
You going to keep going, or
and,
take a
and real
that's
quick,
before 82. Zach has nothing.
he has nothing. He has no contribution to this.
Yeah.
Rob Logan, would you lose players overseas by limiting their money? You might. But this is the NBA, though, so you have an opportunity. If you're going to go if you want to go and make the $25 million a year playing for the Chinese Basketball Association, like Stephon Marbury kind of thing, go for it, man. But this is the NBA, so you don't get a chance to hoist the Larry O'Brien trophy.
You're going to make
over
more
in China.
money off of sponsorships anyway.
Sure.
I mean,
sure.
let's be honest.
If you're any good.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's talking about the foreign players coming over. You're going to make more on sponsorships, and you got to think whatever contract you get, it doesn't matter what sport, just cut it in half, and that's what their actual take-home pay is going to wind up being.
Well, you got to think of it too. How many guys who have played in the NBA, they're washed up, they're not getting another job, they're going over and they're playing overseas and they're making money because they've established their name, and now they're the big-time star. Even though they can't play in the NBA anymore, and they're over there playing because they have that name recognition. They have that. So if I'm going to try to play in the NBA as long as I can, and then if I can still lace them up, I might go overseas, make me a few mil, and then be good. That's just me. I don't know anything. Jason, since you're here now, why don't you send us to break?
Hey, you are watching the Coach's Box. We'll be right back with segment number 3.
I'm the latest hashtag challenge, and everyone on social media is trying me. I'm trending so hard that hashtag common sense can't keep up. This is gonna get tens and tens of views. But if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, you could be left to pay for this yourself.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
Imagine an HVAC as unnoticeable as the air itself. Sounds pretty good, huh? The new Daikin Fit. Air intelligence.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com.
For 24 years, really enjoyed being a basketball coach. When I retired from coaching, I decided that I wanted to get back into the media world. I look at it from more of a coach's point of view. I love to showcase guests. I love to tell their stories, not just locally and regionally, but nationally as well. Joe Namath, Kurt Warner, Patrick Ewing, Katie Smith. Not just talk about their accolades, but what they have given back to the game, what they've given back as leaders in their community. And I want people to be able to listen to my show and to be able to take that into their lives. They're going to be able to live their life like a champion. That's a show right there that I feel like is worth listening to.
This has to go for cash, and he
Logan can!
All right, so you are back here at the Coach's Box for our third segment. And with our last segment here, we've got one more topic. I'm kind of curious to get everybody's opinion. And then after that, I got hopefully some thought-provoking questions. What would you do? Who would you rather? Things like that. So before we get into that, the other big news, we talked a little bit about John Morant's suspension. News coming out of West Virginia with Bob Huggins.
It's the only news that ever comes out of West Virginia.
Man, not great.
Not good at all.
Not great.
Wow, what do you do, Zach?
Well, which time? You know, the
Wait.
first.
Wait, is this another one of those, your boss told you not to do it again?
No, not this time.
No, he
not
did
this
two
time.
different things.
Yeah,
Two different. Oh, okay.
But it was, kind of in succession, and again, it was time. The time that passed was not a lot of time. So the first.
Now listen,
event,
Bob Huggins is like 70 or something, ain't he?
I don't know. He's. Is
80?
it one that gives you the right to do whatever the
I don't
heck
know.
you want?
Well, I hear old people get to do whatever they want.
No, not in this
So
case.
wait, they can't say what they want and do what they
Well,
want?
I mean,
You can
he
once.
only blew a .2 something.
I don't drink. Is that bad?
Well, a .08 is the legal limit.
Okay,
Dude,
so
it's not good.
so describe what happened for anybody who's watching who doesn't pay
Doesn't
attention
know.
to anything.
So Bob Huggins, the first incident he was on, he was in Ohio, I think Cincinnati podcast. He made some derogatory slurs that kind of got him in a little bit of hot water.
Well, I hear
let's
he's
be
doing
more
some slurring.
Specific about the slur.
Okay, wait. So when you say slur, it's not which kind of slur are we talking?
not the drunken
phobia.
slur.
Not the drunken slur.
Not this time. That was the second time.
No, this was the
the phobias.
the phobias.
Yeah.
Slurs.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then just a handful of days, maybe a week or two passed, and then now he got popped for DUI, and like you said, .2 or whatever, however the heck
It
you
was
say it.
.21, I think.
So if the legal limit's here, I think
He
Bob
was-
Huggins was about there.
he was
Not
a
here
three-
or here so much. but
3 times the legal limit.
Three,
If it's
holy
here,
cow. How
that
was he
means
not
it's
dead?
here.
Well, because he's Bob Huggins.
well, he was almost 3 times.
I mean,
my
I think Bob
gosh.
Huggins could wrestle a bear. First, he put him to sleep.
That might be his job because I don't think he's going to be doing basketball.
Well, I don't
anytime
think he
soon.
knew where he was.
Did you? They're talking about keeping him as a liaison there because of the relationships he's built while at West Virginia.
the boosters
Okay,
and
listen.
Not gonna be the
alumni.
head
Listen,
coach.
listen.
He's not going to be the head
Wait,
coach.
you're West Virginia. There hasn't been anything relevant in West Virginia outside of John Denver singing about your damn state. They're going to do everything they can to keep his old, whatever you want to say it, biggity ass, drunken ass, there so they can make money off of him. Are you absolutely crazy? Of course they're going to keep him. Who's
think-
going to go to West Virginia?
This is this is going to sound terrible, but
Sure.
he kind of brought West Virginia onto the map.
That made him relevant.
He's relevant right now.
They're in the news whenever else you heard. Who? When? Name something out of West Virginia. Go. Okay, that's what I thought.
Randy Marshall.
I guess
Or
say
Randy
Moss.
Randy Moss.
Marshall.
Damn it.
He
Moss.
played a Marshall.
Yeah, Moss.
Okay.
White Chocolate, Williams in the NBA.
Jason Williams?
Jason Williams.
Because they both went to
They
school
went to
together.
school
Went to
Yeah.
school together. Marshall. Marshall had a plane crash back in the day. Okay. So it's very limited about anything in West Virginia that is relevant to sports. Okay, I'm using your own argument.
I mean,
here.
I don't
just
think
saying-
he's going to be the coach.
I don't think he's gonna be the coach.
How do
No,
you,
he won't be
How
the
do you
coach.
let him be the coach?
Well, I don't think you do.
Gonzaga's guy got a DWI, and He's coaching.
Tony La Russa fell asleep at the stoplight.
How many times has Tony La Russa gotten them?
Oh,
Gary
man.
Pinkel a couple of times, I think, as well.
Listen, you're a
Yes.
coach. Dude, you're getting wined and dined by all these boosters. Sometimes you just want to drive yourself home. Sometimes you get up in the wrong state. I don't know what that feels like because nobody's buying me Jack or beer or anything else when they go
Jack
out.
Daniels or
So
what?
I don't know what it's like to have these big time people come and say, "Hey, we'll just go ahead, drink all you want. Here, have this, have that." And I'm sure Bob Huggins probably took advantage of that. Have you ever heard Bob Huggins speak at a clinic? Were you at that clinic?
No, I've watched him.
Oh, my.
I've watched him on videos.
Okay,
but I've never.
he's a great storyteller. He's got like that Charlie Spoonhour kind of storyteller to him.
That's
And I'm
great.
sure he's
Just
got some
an
great
actual
stories.
clinic,
All I
though.
was doing was pointing
Kind
out
of guy you want to
that-
have a beer with.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm. Well, and
I knew where
that's-
you were going with that.
And that's what I'm pointing out here. I mean, guys have gotten what he's done. Now, not added to the and the slurs that he did during this month at the time that he did them.
What did you say earlier about the climate has changed and
Yes,
there are
read the
things that-
room.
read
Yeah.
the room.
But I mean,
That helps.
people have done probably as bad and still remain coaches. I'm just saying, Gonzaga's coach got a D-dub right after they won the. Wasn't it right after they won it? Wasn't it the very next year or something? Or
Gonzaga didn't win a national championship.
Yeah,
no, I mean they made
Played in
it.
it?
It was
played
this
in
year.
Played North
It was either
Carolina?
this year or last year that
because he was
had it.
suspended a few games at the beginning of the year. I think might have been this year.
Well, you know what? I mean, it's up to that university. I mean, to be real, I mean, it's whatever they want to do. I mean, if they got a citizenship policy about, hey, you can't do this stuff, and wait, if your boss tells you can't do it, it doesn't matter. Don't do it if you want to keep your job.
Now, let me ask you this, and this is part of the debatable topic here.
Uh-oh.
Do you think being the coach in that position, there is a higher level of scrutiny?
Yeah.
Yes.
So therefore,
How is this debatable? I think
because
everybody
then
here
I'm
is
saying,
going to agree with
should
this.
Should he keep his job then? If you're saying there's a higher,
I don't know what's
level
behind
of
closed
scrutiny-
doors. If I'm the person who's in charge of keeping Bob Huggins or not, if I'm the athletic director at West Virginia or the president of the school or whatever, and it's my decision for Bob Huggins and what I want to do with him. If I had Bob Huggins say what he said on that podcast, and I told him in my office, and again, I don't know what happened behind closed doors, how they decided. If I said, you are not going to do anything, you're kind of like on the Bobby Knight zero tolerance thing, and you do something else, Bob Huggins is gone from whatever role that is. Now, if the people who pay my salary and put money in my university say, wait, you can't fire him, let's keep him around because he's Bob Huggins, I'm going to go with whatever they say because I like my job too.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. Is hey boosters, what do you guys want me to do?
I mean, let's be real here. They're the ones kind of calling the shots on this.
It's hey, you're not going to be the coach anymore, but we're going to give you a desk and a phone somewhere and maybe a driver just for a little bit.
You know, that if you had to go back and think about what should we have done different with Bob Huggins, have somebody drive him places.
Give him another assistant coach. Your job is to be the driving assistant coach.
Listen, do you want a graduate degree? All you have to do is drive his drunk ass around everywhere he goes.
Take him to every bar you can see.
That's it. And you better be big and strong because that dude is a big guy.
And I'm not saying this is. I don't know if it's his first DWI. I don't know.
I'm assuming it's probably not.
But
It's his first public one, apparently.
Well,
but
maybe.
maybe.
well, I mean,
been around
I'll
a
ask
while.
Siri here in a little while.
I mean that makes. I mean that you can hold that as part of it, but on top of what he did before, it's just a bad situation. And you're at an institution of higher learning.
That's what I'm saying. Is
And
there a level,
and what are you going to do when
Your
Joe
player-
Schmo gets a DWI on
when
your
you're
basketball team?
How do you then? And this is why I said the whole morality issue of you're the head coach, you're the face of the program, you've got a higher level of scrutiny. How do you then do any type of punishment for your players that, hey, domestic abuse charges, drug charges, gun charges, all of these things that you bring in?
I can't. You can't.
Why? nothing happens to you. You potentially endanger the life of other human beings because you drive drunk, but then this guy over here that steals something because he's a college kid and he doesn't have money.
You didn't say steal. You name the other stuff you said first. I mean, gun charges. I'm not saying him driving the car is better than any of those.
Okay.
But if he serves whatever their punishment is.
Okay, but you're also talking about apples and oranges because I'm in charge and I'm giving you the opportunity to come here and get your education. So if I don't want you here because you keep breaking rules, then I'm going to go. Then it's up to the people in charge of Bob Huggins.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's all there is to it. You can't say, well, hey, listen, Joey, I got a DUI and you just got one, so we're both off the hook. That's just not going to happen. That kid gets in trouble. They're going to deal with it however they deal with it. Sorry, Zach. It's just the way it is. You can call it fair. You can call it unfair. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Equitable.
Well, I mean, how do you, as a
world's
coach,
not fair
how do you
anyway.
punish? How can you sit with a straight face and
Zach,
say,
you teach social studies. Is there some crap going on in this world that's fair for one, it's not fair for the other? I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, is there? And are we going to play the, well, that's not fair, how can you do that thing? Because I think we can play this game. And it's something that nobody's going to want to talk about on this show. So it's just the way the world works. Whoever's in charge of this makes this decision, whether that's president, AD, or head of the program.
Or boosters.
Yep. There you go.
And the boosters probably more so than anything else.
It may,
their money.
And it does murky up the waters there maybe a little bit, but if he serves his time, he goes to court, he gets his conviction, does whatever he has to do.
Probation,
whatever.
Community service.
He ain't driving around drunk anymore, and he pays whatever suspensions he has to do.
To me, it's over and done with.
Yeah.
You did everything. You're done. That's it. You're done.
I am a little surprised that it wasn't a all right.
Immediate.
You're going to go. You're
I
going
can't
to
believe
go.
it wasn't immediate. You're fired. I mean, but anyway.
Who's-
go ahead.
At some point, they're probably holding off. All right, we go maybe get him some help, and then he can come back and coach.
All you got to do,
That type of thing.
all you have to do is put one of those little machines in his car that he has to blow into before he drives it.
Or,
And then hire a driver, and it doesn't matter at that point.
well, then just put one of those machines in his car and then pay him
My
to blow
God.
it so
You're
Huggins can drive
You're Bobby
home.
Huggins. Take a goddamn Uber.
You don't know how to Uber.
Or pay some. I mean,
Hey,
they're making millions of dollars.
Hey,
It's West Virginia. Do they have Uber?
Uber. It's not working. I don't know. Uber.
I know it's Bobby Huggins. He's got to be.
Old.
I don't know. If I was making millions of dollars, I'd have a driver. Hell yeah.
His assistant coaches are in some coach's office going, all right, whose turn was it to babysit Huggins this weekend? And because we know he's going to go out and drink.
Hey, no, the AD walks in and goes, which one of you is fired? Go ahead.
How did you let this happen?
you all know how Huggy
Sorry.
Bear is.
Sorry.
Why?
It's a mess.
Who was in charge of
it?
it?
Wasn't my weekend, so
Well, it's a mess.
yeah.
What else you got over there? Debatable, man.
All right,
Yeah,
so
debatable topics.
Here's some funny questions
Oh,
here.
oh, boy.
Funny, debatable. Try to get a rise out of you, things like that.
Oh, you're pretty good at doing that.
All right. Gosh. So, who do you think has the best season this year? Jordan Love, Trey Lance, Kyler Murray, Mac Jones. Jordan Love, Trey Lance,
Kevin, you're
Kyler
first.
Murray.
I don't even
Mac
think
Jones.
Trey Lance is going to be the starter there.
Well, then here. Kevin goes first.
You got to turn the mic on.
It is on. What'd you do? You break it?
I don't hear him.
Oh,
Nope.
No, not really.
you're gonna have to go sit by.
Jarvis,
boy.
sit by the enemy.
All right, Jarvis, jump
Jarvis,
in.
go ahead.
Oh, wait. Jordan Love, Trey Lance.
Jordan Love, Trey Lance, Kyler Murray, or Mac Jones? Who has the best season?
Oh, Murray's going to be terrible.
Does that work?
Yeah.
There
Oh,
it
there we
is.
go.
Okay.
He already said the one I would have said too. I think it's going to be Mac Jones.
Yeah. I think he's probably surrounded by the best coach and
Yes,
best
I
team.
mean you got Kyler Murray's hurt. He's probably hurt more than what they let on.
His thumbs are from video games.
His film studies from playing Madden,
and
Call of Duty.
What's wrong with playing Madden and learning the game of football?
and the dysfunction of that and the Bidwells, and we already know I don't like them either. They're not as I don't dislike them as much as I dislike Stan, but I do dislike the Bidwells because they made the St. Louis Cardinals suck when they were the St. Louis Cardinals.
To move him to Arizona.
Yes, so they basically Stan Kroenke number one.
Yeah. Chris, who do you think?
Say them all again.
Oh my gosh, Jordan Love,
Jordan Love.
Trey Lance,
Trey Lance.
Kyler Murray, Mac Jones.
Jordan Love is in a disaster.
It's Mac
in
Jones.
Green Bay.
There's no doubt about it. He's got on to Cincinnati coaching him.
On to Cincinnati.
Trey Lance won't be the starter.
I agree with that.
Jordan Love is in a disaster of a scenario in Green Bay.
Yes.
Who's the third one again?
Who do we say? Jordan Love, Trey Lance.
Oh, Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
Murray's
It's Mac
dumpster
Jones.
fire.
It's Mac Jones, and it's not even close.
Yeah, and Mac Jones still has a chance of losing his job too.
That was okay. You're
Zerby.
0 for 2 on debatable
this
crap.
No, I'm
it's
just
not.
saying.
That wasn't a great one.
Okay,
either.
here you go. Ready?
That's not great.
A bear,
That's not great.
Wait,
a bear,
beats.
gorilla, or shark.
Battlestar Galactica.
A bear, a gorilla, or shark. Which one do you let attacking you?
Your mind.
Which one am I letting attack me?
Yep. A bear, gorilla, or shark. Which one do you think you can fend off?
Bear.
Oh, no way.
Shark, I'm in the freaking water. Okay.
A bear. Hey, do you know that a bear is, because it's an omnivore? It's not necessarily like a predator type. So what they're going to do to you? They're going to hold you down and they're just going to munch on you, and they're not going to kill you right away. Shark's going to try and kill you right away.
But a bear may get scared.
Oh man.
A gorilla is going to grab you and you're done.
Okay,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I want. I
probably
want a
gonna-
gorilla.
Oh,
No.
so you want
It's
it
over.
done?
It's over and
No,
done
I'm
with.
fighting a bear off and winning, damn it.
okay. Listen, I am going to. I don't want to be in the water with the shark because I can't. No. That's their habitat.
Have the floaties.
Not good.
Swimmers.
I'm not going into their dominion.
Right.
No.
I don't. I agree with you. I don't want to be beaten to a pulp by a gorilla.
But it's one hit and that's it. It's one hit and that's it.
I want my chances.
Yeah,
I want my chances with that bear.
bear.
And the bear's just going to look at you while he's gnawing on you.
Hey,
and
I
you're
can
just-
still play dead.
No, I just saw.
Oh, you're going to be dead.
I just saw a video of a black bear that tried to. It was an old man. He was in his porch. You see that one?
Oh, yeah.
And the bear ran off. The old man fought him off.
Listen, if an old man can fight a bear, I wouldn't take my chances with a bear.
Listen,
Grizzly bear,
I don't buy
polar
that whole,
bear.
I don't really buy that whole story that if you just punch a shark in the nose, they swim
not
away.
not,
So
not
no,
buying
I'm
that.
not going that
First
route.
off, think about how you have to punch a shark underwater.
I'm
You're
already
no
thinking,
freaking
it
way.
doesn't matter. I'm in water. I'm done. I'm a fat dude in water.
All right.
No.
Here's the next one.
Wait, what did
Your hope
Kevin-
floats
you're
then.
bear too then, right?
Yo, I'm bear
Okay.
too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Everybody said,
See?
no,
I'm debatable either.
0 for 3.
Yeah, those are good ones.
The
These are both
debatable
funny.
part is do we continue to make fun of Zach for all these questions?
Yes.
There's some good ones.
There's no debate to that either.
Wait.
There's good ones. They're
Jim,
funny.
what do you think?
Yeah.
Well,
Jim? No.
Wait, Blair.
Right.
Oh.
Nope.
Okay.
All right. Would you rather get hit by Ray Lewis, a Nolan Ryan fastball, or get in a NASCAR crash?
Ooh.
What would you rather do? Ray Lewis, get hit by Ray Lewis. You got a slant route across.
Am I wearing gear?
Sure.
I'm taking Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis get hit on a slant from Ray Lewis across the middle. Nolan Ryan fastball.
Where am I getting hit by that fastball?
Knee, shin, somewhere.
my
it's gonna hurt.
gosh.
Somewhere it's going to hurt.
Well, you're taking.
Well, it's Nolan Ryan. It's going to hurt no matter where it hits me.
Right.
But
I mean, that's true too.
right.
Or a NASCAR crash.
I'm gonna go NASCAR because there's at least one or two of those in every race, and
Have
they
you
walk away
seen
from
them
it.
Die! I mean, you could be Dale Earnhardt.
I'm going back to chances.
That was
again. Ray Lewis-
whiplash.
Ray Lewis.
You're
is,
dead.
Ray Lewis
Thanks for
is-
playing.
Ray Lewis is breaking me in half.
Wait, is this Ray Lewis at the party before the Super
Yeah,
Bowl?
this is Ray.
And wait. And what am I at this point? Am I the 21-year-old
No,
Jarvis that
right
played
now.
football?
Right now.
Oh, right now?
now.
Oh, right now? I'm probably taking a baseball.
Okay, so
Well,
listen,
aim to the
you'd
face.
have been a lot better if you just said Ray Lewis and you're wearing no protective gear.
Oh, I wouldn't have known.
Hey, I'm taking Ray Lewis hitting me.
Yeah,
over any of those things, even if I'm not wearing football gear, because I don't want to get hit with a baseball coming at me 100 miles an hour, especially in the damn shin. And I definitely don't want to be in a damn NASCAR crash where I'm flipping end over end.
Buckled in and stuff like that.
Ricky Bobby, get the fire! The fire!
I'm on fire! The NASCAR thing. I'm like,
Stop, drop, and roll.
There's so many chances.
Help me, Uncle Winfrey! Help me,
There's so
Tom
many
Cruise!
chances of dying in the other ones.
No,
I'm not gonna die,
I'm
Ray
taking
Lewis.
my chances from Ray Lewis spearing me like he's Goldberg coming across the middle. I will take it.
I won't like it.
I ain't gonna like it.
I'm not liking any of them.
I might think I'm Batman when I wake up. By God,
I mean, the Ray Lewis. Just because I played football, that's why I was automatically like, Ray Lewis. But man,
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't want to get hit by a 100-mile-an-hour baseball in the
I don't
shin.
want the baseball. No,
Not
not
the
in the
shin.
shin. No.
That might break your shin,
Hey, can
especially
I wear-
at this point in time when I'm a little more brittle.
Hey, can I wear-
As long as I don't hit my ankle down there.
Listen, can I wear all that body armor that those high school hitters wear for the
No.
74-mile-an-hour
Oh, my
fastball those
gosh.
kids throw?
No.
Dude, they even
Okay.
got the slide gloves.
Okay.
Hey, by the way, Tim
No,
Winkler
but
says he would take Ray Lewis on the football field, but not the streets of Atlanta. Well
All right.
played. That's your best comment yet, Winkler, that we can say on the air.
All right. How about this?
The other one's
I never saw, did you delete that? Because I never saw it.
Which one?
Whatever you
No.
guys said last week, they were like, "Oh, we might have to delete that one."
No.
Okay.
Never did. You,
Okay. Tin Cup, Major League, White Men Can't Jump, or Longest Yard. Which one are you?
Which
getting-
longest yard?
Either one. Which one are you getting rid of? Tin Cup,
The new longest yard.
Tin Cup, Major League, White Men Can't Jump, or the Longest
Tin
Yard.
Cup.
Which one are you getting rid of?
Tin Cup.
It's longest yard, the one with Adam Sandler in it.
No, I'd take that one over Tin Cup. I like Tin Cup, but no.
I'm with Chris. I'm Tin Cup.
Man,
I love
Tin Cup's great.
I love Tin
It's
Cup.
good.
I love Tin Cup.
I hated
It's the last
the
one in
Adam
the
Sandler
bag.
version.
Yeah.
No, I like that one though. It actually
hated that
it
one.
turned out
I
good.
prefer
no
the
way
first
you get
one.
rid of White Man Can Jump.
No.
Jump.
No, in Major League is
No, you can't get rid of
In
that.
Major League,
probably
no
the best
way.
of all of them.
Yes.
Okay. David Ortiz.
Still, he's like 0 for 5, but that's okay.
David Ortiz,
Okay.
Jerry West, Jerry Rice. Who are you taking in their moment for their sport to be the most clutch? David Ortiz, Jerry West, Jerry Rice. They have one moment where you have to be clutch. Who you taking?
David Ortiz, Jerry West, or Jerry Rice.
Yep.
I don't. It's.
Do we?
Well,
See, Jerry Rice, his clutchness would have to rely on a quarterback.
Yep.
they're going to throw him the ball.
I get that, but
Who
who is the quarterback? Is it Joe Montana
Sure.
or is it Trey Lance?
He played a long time, but he didn't play that long.
Rick Meir,
Rick Meyer, whatever. Yeah.
whatever his name is.
Yeah, I think it's Meyer, but yeah.
Whatever.
Gosh, this might be the hardest one you've brought up.
No, it's not.
I think it's. I think I'm taking. Gosh, I'm taking Jerry West.
I'm taking David
I
Ortiz
wanna
because
say
I watched him
Ortiz,
do it to
too.
the Cardinals.
Hey,
that
wait.
one-
If you're going to pitch to him, I'm taking David Ortiz. He hit
I'm-
540 against the Cardinals in the World
I'm
Series.
going, yeah, but
Are they pitching?
he did
to
it
him?
for one.
No, then I'm
pitching
taking
to him.
Ortiz.
This is his moment.
But Ortiz did it for one.
In his moment, in that that's
in
what
that
I'm talking about.
moment.
In that moment,
oh,
because
moment.
the other ones,
I was
they didn't really
thinking-
pitch to him. The Cardinals are the ones.
I was
think
thinking
we can pitch
history,
that
like
guy.
I was thinking history, like as in
No.
moment. It has to be Ortiz.
I mean,
Yeah.
the logo's second on my list because somebody still has to throw the ball to Rice. There's a lot that has to happen there. It's going to be Ortiz because I witnessed that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jerry
it was
West
awful.
is next because he's a damn logo, and Jerry Rice is still
the,
pretty
the
good.
game plan that entire half a month.
You know, maybe we'll throw to that guy. Hey, you won't hit it.
Listen, nobody
He
else.
just- he's
nobody
already
else
hit
has
3.
thrown to him.
He's already hit 3.
Yeah.
All right, so because you
Michael
all
Walken is blow away fastball.
Hey,
because
center
you
cut.
all have girls, Taylor Swift, Celine Dion, Mariah Carey, Miley Cyrus. You have to go sit at a concert. Which one are you going to?
Oh,
First off, your daughter's never going to pick Celine Dion.
Which one are you?
maybe not
you
Mariah
pick.
Carey either.
Taylor Swift, Celine Dion, Mariah Carey, or Miley Cyrus.
might
You
go-
have to sit at
I'm
a
going to
concert.
Swift.
Which one are you going to?
I'm going to go to Taylor Swift.
I'm going to Swift.
Yeah. I want to say Mariah Carey, but it'd be
You know
Taylor
why I'm
Swift.
say Swift, and I'm gonna rationalize this,
He's going to justify it.
justifying it kind of morbidly, but because there's gonna be a lot of women my age at that concert.
Which one?
Taylor Swift.
There's going to be some your age at Mariah Carey, too. I'm just saying.
True, but I don't know.
If it was Mariah Carey maybe 10 years ago, yeah, I'd probably be down.
yeah,
Like
that'd
Nick
be
Cannon,
different.
Mariah Carey?
Yes, Nick Cannon, Mariah Carey.
Oh, okay, all right.
Like Mariah Carey when I was growing up.
Mariah Carey. Then it would definitely have been Mariah Carey.
Celine Dion is not on this list at all.
I
by the
know
way.
what the heck.
what?
Nobody was thinking that.
Why did
That
you
was
just,
the last edition. of
why
that
did you
list.
just say Cher
My
while you're at it?
Beyonce,
I
Cher.
mean, Beyonce would have been better.
Did you talk
Serious.
to Amanda before we were making this
No.
list?
Jillian would go. She would probably ask who that was.
The chick from Titanic,
They were
right?
the
No.
older ones, so I figured they might want to sit
No.
through a Celine Dion concert.
They're
I don't
the
know.
old. What? No.
Yeah. Okay.
That's ageism.
It is.
It
All
is.
right.
Yeah, that was
Which is
terrible.
most likely to now you got to listen. Which is most likely to happen? Miller quitting his day job and becoming the next infomercial superstar since he's got a side job here.
Big ticket sales.
Blair
Mortgage,
becoming
it's
found
baby.
out as an undercover Coca-Cola spy who's really trying to dismantle the Pepsi industry, or Jarvis becoming a great Gadilf and having another kid at 55.
You're saying which one is what?
Which one's most likely to happen?
Well, the last
Miller.
one is no way in hell.
Oh, you don't have any choice over that, bro.
I've already went to the doctor, bro.
No.
Miller quitting and being the next ShamWow guy.
No.
superstar.
Wait. He's saying that you becoming a great Gadilf.
That means
And having another year, if he's 40,
well,
40
no.
whatever.
No, to
and
be
now
a-
he's having a kid at 55.
Now, to be a great
No, he wouldn't be able
Gadilf,
to do
that
that.
means one of his kids would have.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
No.
yeah, that would.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
No.
That's how that
Okay,
works.
well, that's not the
That's how that
intention.
works.
Well,
That's not what he meant.
That's not what I
That's
meant.
not what he meant,
No.
but that's how it came out.
Well, he meant me having another one.
Another
That's not
level.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
No, but, Dylan's getting to an age already that
that actually the math lines up. That could happen.
that could happen. Grandpa!
Dad! Could you see Miller being, hey, ShamWow?
Yeah. No, I want to do the what's that chop thing?
Slap
Slap
chop.
chop.
Slap
Slap
chop.
chop. Or wait a minute, it's the
My
tape.
pillow. My pillow.
No, pick on Mike
yeah.
Lindell. The government hates him.
The spray can and the tape.
Oh, clap on.
He's the next one with, help, I've fallen and I can't get up.
I would do all that, and then I'd have Jason be the one who does the life alert for me.
All right.
Jason, you want to make $20?
Not an actor. Yeah.
Okay. Yankees, Cowboys, Lakers, or Bruins? Who would you rather coach? The Yankees, the Cowboys, the Lakers, or Bruins? In their heyday, change the franchise. Who would you most like to coach? The Yankees, Cowboys, Lakers, or Bruins?
In their heyday?
Whenever.
Oh
Heyday.
man, that makes it easier for me.
well,
Lakers.
whatever.
I'm
whatever.
Yankees.
I'm Lakers.
I would go with the Lakers in their heyday. Yeah, if it was any time, like, or just say right now, I'm coaching the Yankees.
Yeah.
Because I can still suck. I make a lot of money, and I'm in Yankee Stadium. I don't
Oh,
want to coach the Lakers right now because
No.
LeBron's the coach.
I hate LeBron.
Piss on that. I want to. Hey,
I'm still going to say Yankees. That's more up my alley than anything else. I'd stick with the Yankees.
and I wouldn't want to coach the Bruins. I would have burned that freaking franchise
Now,
to the
I
ground.
ain't gonna lie.
No.
And Dallas would have been interesting with Michael Irvin, Evan Smith, and all that.
I will
but
say.
no.
I'll say this. You just brought up an interesting topic. I would coach the Bruins just to burn it to the ground. I would go like Jeff Fisher on it.
We're not going to go 7-8.
You're gonna go
So you, what about the? I mean, so you'd say
I would
like
look-
some Ted Lasso action?
As a Pasternak, you're staying on the ice the whole time. You're not coming off.
Don't you get to do a line shift? Nope.
Nope. No, you don't get to come off.
Nope.
Jeff
Yep.
Fisher, screw him too. Go
7 and 8.
Okay.
Not going 7 and 8 this year.
One play.
7-9.
One play. Who's the QB that you take for only one play?
Joe Montana.
Joe Montana.
Okay.
Kurt Warner.
Wait, were there choices that we didn't wait for?
No.
Oh, okay.
One series. One whole series.
Tom
Joe
Brady.
Montana.
Kurt Warner.
Okay. One entire game.
Joe Montana.
Kurt Warner.
I think you like Kurt Warner.
I'm surprised we haven't Eddie Payton.
Pat Mahomes.
Okay.
I will get to that point.
No
I will
Peyton?
get to this. No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Mizzou, Final Four, College World Series, football playoffs. Which one are they most likely to get to first?
College World Series.
College World Series.
Final Four.
You know, that's two
No
sports. That's two
freaking
sports.
way.
Final Four.
You're out of your mind.
I'm a true Mizzou fan.
Well-
M-I-Z.
ZOU.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Well, somebody says it, you can't not respect.
I agree with
want
that.
it. That's going to happen.
Hey.
I'm speaking it into existence.
Okay, so that Juan Soto trade
like
that you said
St.
that was going to
Pius
happen. The Juan Soto trade sure did happen when you said that Juan
know.
Soto. You said it like a lot of times too.
We won't ever
Is
win.
he even doing any good at all?
Not
Was he-
really.
Okay, so that was all right.
I don't think.
I had to trade Dylan Carlson for him, but let's not go
Well,
there right now.
that's yeah. Burgers.
He probably. Anyway, go ahead.
We're going to talk about those guys. Go ahead.
Burgers, pizza, tacos, wings. You have to give up one of them. Burgers, pizza, tacos, wings. You got to give up one of them.
Tacos.
Wings.
Really?
What?
I can eat pizza any meal of the day.
Yeah, same here.
Burgers, I just love burgers. Tacos? Are you kidding me?
I'm not a
Love it.
tacos.
I love
fan.
tacos.
Tacos.
I love tacos, but tacos are gone.
Yeah, tacos are gone.
No.
And it's not even close for me.
No.
Not me either.
I love wings.
I love wings.
I love lamb.
burgers. I love pizza. Tacos I can do without.
Yeah, tacos. I mean, especially if it. Yeah.
If it's Tuesday, I like tacos.
I can eat pizza on Tuesdays.
I can eat pizza any day of the week.
Pie, cake, cookies, ice cream. One has to go. Pies, cake, cookies, ice cream.
Cake.
Pie.
Cake.
Oh, wait, I'll change that.
Wait, I'm gonna
cake
go
because
cake.
I
I'm
love
gonna go
pumpkin
cake.
pie.
Yeah.
I can eat pumpkin pie. I'd rather have pumpkin pie
pecan
than
pie?
Pumpkin
Oh.
pie as a birthday cake to me is still better. I'd rather have that. Yeah,
I'm just cake.
I'm staying pie. I like cheesecake.
I do like cheesecake,
but is cheesecake?
Is cheesecake
Cake.
a pie or a cake?
That's a really good question.
cut it.
Let's put that on Twitter. Riley, put that.
Oh.
Well, first off, Riley doesn't have
Yeah,
Twitter.
One of the
Riley,
assistants.
Riley, stand up for yourself. Don't let these guys talk bad about you. Oh, hey, you're not here. You just have a nice picture of the Brooklyn Bridge or whatever behind you.
We need to get a
And-
fat head. We need to get a fat head.
Oh, that'd be really cool. We should do that.
Well, we need to get a fat head. Well,
that plays
him and Jim.
that plays sounds that you can like play into the microphone when we call.
No,
them.
we-
Famous sayings like when
Yes.
you push the button or pull the string.
Yeah, hey,
We gotta beat this guy off.
We need one that
Got to go to Canada by
you
boat.
press the button at some point, you can call timeout, and little arms extend out from the side of the head.
And, but then he's got to back up too.
We just zoom out on the camera.
That's true. Could do that. All right, Zach, next.
Last one.
Last one.
If you weren't teaching coaching, what do you think he would be doing? What do you think he would be doing? What do you think he would be doing?
Oh, dear God.
What do you think the other guys would be doing if you weren't teaching or coaching?
I got some good ones here.
Well, let's go ahead, Zach.
Keep it
Start with
PG.
who?
I came up with the questions.
I know. Just
I
say
haven't
who-
even thought about it.
All right. Who we starting with?
Let's go, Kevin. What's Kevin doing?
Go ahead, Jarvis.
I'm probably the tough one because I'm the new guy to the group, essentially, compared to the others.
Man,
So
I don't.
we go way back. I mean, we coached JV basketball against each other, but
God,
we
that-
didn't really.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
I wanted to kill Portel one time. 24-1. He's
Just
still
once?
He 24 24-1. I got 5.5 players, and he's still pressing me. And at halftime, I told him I'm going to punch you if you keep pressing me. But
Okay,
God,
easy,
Kevin's-
Draymond.
Kevin is the hardest. That's the hardest one for me. So if he wasn't doing what he's doing today, I could see Kevin being a lawyer.
I was going to say the tech guy at Radio Shack. helping you with your phones.
Well, I didn't want to say anything tech because he kind of
trying to coach girls soccer for little traveling teams out of the city. You're doing it all wrong, like kicking and screaming style.
I'd probably still be in my previous job that I was before.
What was that?
I was a butler.
Oh, I forgot about that.
What?
Yes,
A
I
butler?
was a butler.
You're Mr. Belvedere.
I was a corporate butler.
What
Mr.
does that
Belvedere.
entail?
I worked for Union Pacific Railroad
Okay.
at a conference retreat facility. I was a butler at their conference and retreat facility.
I never knew that of you.
Yes.
That's
I've been
awesome.
through bartending school. I've been through all those things because I had to do all
Does
that
he
type
have
of stuff
about
those
70
nights.
jobs, too?
Oh,
I know a guy who's had a lot of
I
jobs.
know a guy who's done everything.
No, well, I had that job. No. I had that job for about 10 years right after
my
college.
God.
So,
Really?
I
yes.
forgot all about that. I knew that.
Oh,
I
there
forgot
you go.
all about it.
A butler.
Butler.
The butler did it.
White gloves, white jacket, the whole bit.
What?
Yes.
I would have never thought in a million years.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, what's
Stand there all.
Yeah, pretty well. No, not necessarily, but yeah,
what's Miller doing? If he's not teacher to coaching, what
he's
is he
working on his dad's farm.
I'm still doing that. So that's an easy one.
That was the easy answer.
I want
but
to say
what's the fun answer on
he'd be a used car salesman.
Now, by this point, he'd be a new car salesman. He'd work his way up to a dealership.
I want to be the guy like on The Price is Right. A new car.
Come on down.
Come on down.
Miller would be doing voiceovers for
Next on The Price is Right.
All right, what's Jarvis
Riley
doing?
Blair.
Oh, boy, this is going to
What
go.
is- oh, man.
Gigolo.
He's Will Ferrell.
I like
Will
it.
Ferrell and the other guys.
I like it.
You got a stable.
Yeah.
Stable Wars.
See, you were a pimp. No.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I don't know what Jason would be doing.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with my answer. You guys ain't saying a whole lot.
I'm trying to. I don't know. This is a hard one for me. I'm trying to think a little bit. So
I was expecting
Motivational speaker.
I think it would be something.
Instead of TED Talks, it's Jughead Talks.
It would be something physical labor, probably.
I don't know. I mean, Matt Foley and I am a motivational speaker.
That would never happen.
he'd be living in a van down by the river.
Hey, Dad, is that Bill Shakespeare?
Man,
I wish you'd shut your big yapper. Good stuff.
man, that's rough.
That's all.
Hey, what about Zach?
Oh, there we go.
No
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah, hiding over here, so
Hey.
thinking he can get away with it.
No, just ask the
Yeah,
questions.
just ask the questions.
He'd be a guy writing trivia questions on the internet.
With another person who's trying to find trivia questions all the time on the internet.
Trivia.com. Go there.
My brother said I'd be a garbage man.
That's nice of him. I like the fact that he's tuning in.
Yeah, well.
Hey, Winkler says you'd be
Jarvis,
a politician.
Politician.
Could
That's-
run for mayor.
No, because
you
then
and-
they
oh.
would dig up my past.
Jarvis versus Blair for Herky Mayor.
Dude, I am not politically correct.
I know you're like another person who's been in office recently who wasn't politically correct and not a politician with a sketchy past.
I voted for him.
So you get people to vote for you because you're a person of the people, Jason.
Yeah.
Person of the people.
I'm real.
I'm
Got
real.
real.
I've
real.
been there. I've lived it. I've done it.
Real.
The Gadilf ticket.
That's right.
could've
Zach, what
been-
would Zach
What a
be?
hell of
a
a
W-
campaign.
Been there, done that?
And the
The Gadilf.
elf.
I could see Jarvis being a WWF superstar. The old WWF with
I'm not big
Macho
enough.
Man and
No, he'd be a manager, a mic guy. He'd be a mouthpiece for someone.
I've been nicknamed Mouthpiece before.
So many jokes.
Well,
Can't say them right now.
I used to play catcher on a softball team, and I never shut up. Ever. And, well, I mean, catcher, you don't got a lot of responsibilities.
That's true.
You can even bring a refreshment out to the field. a lot of the time.
You just got to pick it up at the backstop.
Yep.
They
What
have
was that?
They have those at first and third.
Zach's trying. He's
Trying
deflecting,
deflecting
yes.
over here.
Zach would be the guy wearing Dad of the Year T-shirts all year
At Disney.
at Disney, Six Flags.
I'm
He'd
think-
have a podcast where he just rides
Maybe-
roller coasters all over the country.
That would be fun.
I was thinking.
I do like roller
I was thinking
coasters.
maybe taxi cab driver.
Uber driver.
Oh man.
His beard would be all grown out.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
right.
He'd be like one of the guys that just makes trips from rural areas to the airport every day.
I would say
big van just driving people to the airport and back.
I would say that
Next thing you're going to say with candy here, whatever it takes to get that candy.
Oh my!
I could see you as a corporate Lewis Litt kind of guy who just argues with people in negotiations for literally no reason. I don't know if you've seen Suits or not.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yes.
I could see him as being a Lewis Litt kind of guy. It's
never seen it.
listen, you're missing out if you haven't watched Suits.
Don't
at least
ruin it for me.
Oh, yeah.
Don't ruin it. We're still on like season 3.
Oh,
It's on
season.
Oh, there's lots of seasons, yeah.
yeah, there's like 7.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't watch the
It's
last
called
season.
Suits?
Suits.
Oh yeah, it's on
Oh,
Netflix
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Check it out.
There you go.
No.
Check
Oh,
it
I
out.
didn't know it was on. I saw it when it first came.
Yeah, it's on
switched
Netflix
from
now.
Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Went
it's
over to
Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's all on there now.
I
Yeah,
tell you what I
you're
like
Lewis Litt.
though. Okay, Sherlock. You ever watch that on? It's on.
You talking about
Hulu
Elementary?
now. Yeah, Elementary. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good.
Still
We're
trying to
watching
finish it.
that.
Trying to finish it.
I'm
Did you guys
watching
finish
it.
watching Ted Lasso? Anybody?
Yes.
What
Third
about
season?
my brother?
Oh,
what
yeah.
about Blair? Well, we
Oh,
already.
let's see.
Oh man.
What would Blair be doing if he wasn't coaching?
Well, coaching and future politician.
I could see him being a politician.
I figured he'd be the used car salesman.
Whoa, I could see that too.
I sell the new cars.
free
He
case
sells
of
the
Pepsi.
used cars. Hey, listen! Don't stand behind the car while I'm talking to you about it.
Miller
Let's move over
Blair
here.
Chevrolet.
Oh,
I could go for that.
My,
You get the used car lot.
hey,
I
you
want the
won
stuff
it
that's
right
fair.
now.
Pre-owned.
You won it
Pre-owned.
right now. Yeah.
That's a good question.
There you go.
Blair's awful shisty, so I'm thinking of some type of job.
Golf. Hey, golf tournament
No.
Oh, he
director.
he would be a tournament director. He's talked about
AU
that.
I could
tournament
see-
director.
Yeah. Or baseball. No, he's
Little
Mr.
League, yeah.
Baseball now.
I just thought of
Oh,
something
he's Mr. Baseball.
for Jarvis. I would love to see Jarvis be a rules interpreter for the PGA Tour. Just see him argue with Phil over
I
ball
don't know
placement.
golf.
That's
Bingo.
fine. That would make it better.
That'd make it even better. How about you just be a rules interpreter for Misha? Listen, this is what you can't do, and if you do it, you're an idiot. Don't do this.
Well,
You'll probably do
can
it.
sure
'cause
come
you're an
up with
idiot.
some better ideas for lines and who needs to be playing who for districts. God,
Listen, these rubber bands are stupid. Use these rubber bands.
here I have some darts.
Close your eyes first and throw.
Just don't worry about it. If I hit you, I hit you.
I'm not going to diss on Misha here on live.
Why?
Well, we didn't diss. We just
No.
got you a job.
Well, maybe I'll be a future.
Pays like $97,000 a year. Didn't you pay attention to that stuff?
Golly, what am I doing?
I don't know. You'd have to move to Columbia.
Dude, I love
Hey,
Columbia. Dylan's
you
going
go.
there next year. That'd be perfect.
Get some Shakespeare's.
You dang right. I'd
Oh,
have a bunch
man.
of cups like that and Harpos.
Oh man.
And there's many other places I could name.
I'm trying to remember some of them.
Oh, my gosh. Where's the place I went for penny pictures all the time?
Is it still around?
Yes, it's still there.
Are you
What?
sure?
Where'd we go for the?
I don't know. Bengals was a pretty good place.
Yeah,
I like
that's a good
Bengals.
place. We went-
Deja Vu is the best place.
Oh, Deja Vu.
Deja Vu is the best. By the way, Deja Vu is a comedy club upstairs, dance club downstairs. It's not a questionable. Don't even start questionable
Doesn't have a
establishment.
buffet.
It is now shut down.
A wings buffet.
No,
Oh, you mean it
$1.99
wasn't
it
the
sounds.
other places.
Yeah,
Yes.
no. It sounds like a place.
What was the
that's-
bar or grill that we went to? Had the good wings. Starts with a Z.
Oh my gosh.
Well, there's CJ's,
No.
which I love their
No.
wings.
No.
I'll remember.
I
it when
can't
it doesn't
remember. That was
matter.
pretty good. That was good.
And there's G&D steakhouses. Those are
Yeah.
good. Jimmy's is really good. There's so many places.
What's
I
this-
love that area.
That downtown is the place to be on a Thursday, a Friday, a Saturday night.
Okay.
especially after a football game.
Their piano bar there
Oh,
is really
yeah.
cool.
All right.
Get the
Another
name of
question
it.
is
Blue
because you
something,
made me
isn't
think of it.
Blue Note.
If
Oh,
you
the
were
Blue
gonna,
Note's awesome
Blue
too.
Note.
if
That's
you were
where a
going to
lot
go
of concerts
tailgate,
were.
if you were going to go tailgate for a college football game, where would you want to go tailgate? Where would you want to go watch a game, tailgate that whole college football experience in any conference?
Well,
Mizzou
and this
is a
is
good one.
all because of the intro song. I want to go to Virginia Tech.
Oh yeah.
I want to see Inner
good one.
Sandman. I want to see that place rocks, man.
For tailgating, I want to go to Ole Miss.
That's what I was
and
thinking.
Just experience the Grove and do that whole bit.
You can experience the Grove here in St. Louis.
Not the same Grove, but all right.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Dave said Blair would be a good gas attendant.
Do they still have those?
the full service.
He did
Top it
used
off.
to
Blair
run.
would-
He
Blair
used to run a gas station.
Blair would,
Harpo's.
No, it started with a Z.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
Blair would reopen a
Shiloh's
Sinclair
another
somewhere.
one.
That's what it was.
That
I was
doesn't
way
start
off.
with a Z.
Samsonite. I was way
Shiloh's,
off.
Shiloh's is a good place.
Shiloh's is good. Harpo's is good.
It was what is Shiloh?
Shiloh's.
I think
Whatever.
You had me so. I'm
I
like,
know.
What is he talking
Willie's, I think it's called.
about?
Gosh.
Willie's.
Yeah, I think it's called Willie's.
All
It
right.
was right next to the place I got the penny pictures, and I cannot believe I
Winkler,
can't think of
Zach
the name
is
of that.
not a politician.
Do what?
Winkler was like, Zach is not a politician.
Nope.
Let's see.
He's too nice.
Yep.
Public House.
No,
Trying to find it.
I didn't know it's a public house. No.
I'm surprised none of you guys said like what Trops or something.
Oh,
forgot
Trops
about
is
Trops.
How do I? Out of all of the people here, I'm the one that brings up Trops, and you guys.
Well, it is kind of a. I mean, it's
Yeah, I
frozen.
mean, yeah.
It's a foo-foo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what. A couple of those. Feel
Bob
good about
Huggins-
yourself.
Bob Huggins would love that place.
Bob Huggins probably had a little styrofoam cup, little Trops sitting in the.
Yeah, Trops is. I mean,
You think it was like The Longest Yard? He was like Adam Sandler in The Longest Yard.
That'd have been great.
Here, hold these.
I think they have a. Oh, Bob.
Man, I just hope my son ain't watching out. He don't need any ideas why he's up there.
Sure he does.
He's making the list.
Oh, they hand that stuff out on
Oh,
student
my
tours.
gosh. Jason, you're
He'll
so
find out the
screwed.
first week anyway.
Yeah, he will. Hey, maybe
Part
he-
of the orientation.
Maybe he rushes a fraternity while he's at it.
Oh man.
I don't think he's going to, even though he was.
Yeah,
he
okay.
was voted by his classmates the most likely to be a frat boy.
We're
No,
going
that's-
streaking.
But no,
You're my boy, Blue.
he did not even go to that part of the when he went up for orientation. He didn't even go to that.
He didn't even go.
Hold on. Now, was there any part in the tour where you guys separated? Like he kind of went. He was going to go check out the library, and you guys were going to go.
I didn't actually go to his orientation.
Oh, so he did. He did.
Hey,
He went.
black and gold. That's another quality establishment there, and
My phone's about to die, so
oh, you know,
it's going to move on to the.
Tap House. I mean, I'm looking at
House is good.
all the different places there.
Hey,
man.
Jason, we need to go to. You need to come up to go to the clinic in Columbia, and we can go to some restaurants.
Yep.
Restaurants.
Lots of good. Lots of
Restaurants.
Good restaurants.
I haven't some other places we can go to. I went up. I mean, I went.
All right.
I went to school 26 miles away from there. I mean, we were there all the time.
I mean, I worked like 26 miles away from there and was there quite a bit.
Where'd you work at?
Surgeon. You know, it's just up north, up 63, whatever. All right, well, that's been another episode of the Coach's Box.
No one said Booches.
I forget, man. It's been a
Oh,
while.
I know. I had to look them up. That's how old I am.
Yeah, that's true. All right, well, thanks for tuning in for another episode. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I said, if you haven't already, check out Let's Talk Sports Network. A lot of great shows there. Probably, I actually saw some with more profanity than ours, so, you can jump in on that if you'd like.
That's your cup of tea.
That's your cup of tea, unless you're Zach, and then you're like, no, we don't do that. But anyway, appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will be back hopefully next week with another brand new episode, unless Misha kicks us off, or the FCC does, or somebody
How
else.
would Misha kick us off?
I don't know. Why not? So anyway, thanks for
know
tuning
people.
in, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a great one.
Thanks for watching another rib-tickling, gut-busting, epic episode of The Coach's Box. Please like, share, and follow.